WUSA 9 Sports with Darren Haynes, sponsored by Xfinity.
Best thing I saw, every time Commanders quarterback Terry McLaurin wins a game, he buys a pair of Jordans in the color of the team he beats. And today, after practice, Heineke was rocking green and gold after beating the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Now, not at Commanders practice today, head coach Ron Rivera. Coach had a personal family matter concerning his mother. Rivera is currently in California and will return to Virginia later tonight. And Chase Young did not return to practice as expected. There was no setback as he looks to return from a torn ACL. But the team wants to have the Upper Marlboro, Maryland native meet with one more doctor before starting his clock to return. Now, do you recognize this face? You guys know who this is?
That's Terry.
It is Terry, eh? Yep. Terry, this is back in the day. He's rocking a Colts uniform, but he grew up in Indianapolis. And guess who the Commanders are playing this week? Yup, they're playing Indy. Here's Charlotte McBride.
Washington Commanders captain Terry McLaurin grew up in Indianapolis. He grew up going to Colts games with his dad. And now this Sunday, for the first time as an NFL player, he'll be returning to his hometown to play in front of friends and family.
I'd be lying if I say it's not kind of cool to be able to go back to where I grew up, kind of where my affinity of football started. Was fortunate to win a few state championships in Indianapolis, that stadium, win a few Big Ten championships in that stadium. Grew up a Colts fan, sitting in Section 540 with my dad. So I had a lot of memories about Indianapolis, and you couldn't have told me when I was 7 years old that I wouldn't be playing in the NFL. And to be able to come back and share that moment with my family and my close friends, that's going to be pretty cool.
Have you been getting a lot of ticket requests?
You don't even want to know how many. Probably like around 70 or so.
That's
70, yeah, probably around 70. Like my inner circle is probably about 30, but like I have a lot of, my parents are doing a good job of trying to get all my extended family and some other people involved. So it's going to be cool. Everybody's going to be in the house.
But Terry didn't ask any of his teammates for their tickets. For this game, he made sure to acquire all of these tickets on his own because he said he wants to take care of the people who helped him get here.
You know, I was fortunate to be able to help a lot of people out and take care of those tickets. I don't really necessarily do that a lot, but this off season kind of helped be able to afford that a little bit. So.
Terry, of course, alluding to that big 3-year, $71 million deal that he signed back in July. Reporting from Ashburn, Charlotte McBride, WUSA 9 Sports.
All right, good stuff there. All right, so time for my last call. The Wizards will reunite the big three of Gilbert Arenas, Caron Butler, and Antoine Jamison. It's all part of the 25th anniversary since rebranding the team name to the Wizards. The reunion will now take place on November 18th when the Wizards play Miami. The trio played together from 2005 to 2010, making 3 consecutive playoff appearances.
25 years, I know.
That's like a whole generation.
There are 24-year-olds on this planet that have no clue that they used to call them the Washington Bullets.
They sure do.
I want to see how they look now. You know?
They haven't aged.
Don't I look 25?
They haven't aged.
I look 25, right? That's what we look like.
Nice try.
We'll
Who's
be
that?
right back.
That's Antoine who? Caron who? Nah, he went to UConn.